Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very exciting video. We are going to take a tour of all of my bookshelves. Now it's not just one, it's not just two, but it is 3 full bookshelves. And today we have my friend Jalen. Say hi, Jalen.
Hi guys.
This is Jalen. She's, one of my best friends. She comes over for girls' night every Thursday, and we have fun and we talk about books, and it's a great time. So, story time. Are you ready? Bookshelf number 1 behind me. My dad actually built this bookshelf back in the day. I didn't use this exact bookshelf when I was living at home, but I used a bookshelf like it. But it's nice to have, a creation that my dad built in our house. And the bookshelf number 3 in the video is a bookshelf that was at my grandma's house. It's like a family heirloom type thing. Not an heirloom, but you know what I mean. And then bookshelf 2 in the video has a story behind it. So if you guys remember, did I talk about this in the video?
I think you did.
And we went to IKEA a couple weeks ago, and Jalen came with us.
It was fun.
And we had to take the whole IKEA tour.
Of course.
So we're walking around IKEA for hours. It seems like hours, but really it was like an hour because they were closing. And we were looking for a bookshelf. And honestly, I didn't know what I was looking for until, we were there. We came across this it has 3, different sections with 3 little shelves in each section. So there's 9 shelves total. And it's black and it's long and it fits perfectly right under our TV as a little entertainment center as well. But there's a story behind it. When we were there, we went to the little warehouse. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Where you actually,
the self-serve,
right.
Pull up, find the boxes, all that stuff.
And, it being IKEA, they don't label anything correctly.
No, never. Mm-hmm.
So, luckily, I was smart enough and I took a picture of the tag on the bookshelf in the display area. Mm-hmm. So, we knew what we were looking for. We kind of knew where it was. But these boxes, there were 3 boxes?
Yes, 3
and they were
total boxes.
All in different places.
Yeah, it was a scavenger hunt.
It is, but it was fun. So we go, and we find the first main part. And it says, what did it say, like box 1 of 2 or something?
Yes, it said box 1 of 2. It told us that we had 2 boxes that we had to get.
Yes. So remember, keep that in mind, guys. 2 boxes. And then there was a 3rd box that was over off on the other side of the store.
On the other side, I went under the scaffolding. I probably shouldn't have done that. I could have died, but it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. We're alive.
It's right there.
It's fine. Because we were at the end of the aisle too. We didn't want to walk all the way around and then all the way down.
No, too much walking.
And it was 9:05 and the store closed at 9, so
we're trying to hurry.
We were in a time press. So Jalen and I, we get the second piece, and then Isaac is in charge of getting piece 1 and piece 2. Right?
They were big boxes.
They were big boxes, and he's a big, strong man. So Isaac then brings the cart around, and we put our box into his cart. He has another box. It's a big, long box, right? So then we go up, and we go to the little self-checkout thing, and I'm scanning the boxes, and you know what happens? The lady, the IKEA woman, she comes, she's like, actually, this should be a part 2. They should have 3 boxes here. And we're like, okay. So Jalen, being the good friend that she is,
I went to go get the box.
she went and she got the box.
Mm-hmm. Because Isaac forgot to get the 2nd box.
And remember, it said box 1 of 2.
Right.
He got 1 box. There were 2 boxes. Men.
No.
Now there's a second part to our story because we both have small cars. And we weren't thinking about the fact that, a bookshelf is... We didn't measure anything because we're millennials and what's measuring mean, right? We kind of, shove it in until it fits and it's fine.
Yep.
So we didn't measure, how long the bookshelf would be, how big the space in our house is, how long Isaac's car is. We chose not to. I'm sure some people do. I'm sure that's a thing. I'm sure I probably should. My father is a carpenter. I know better, but...
We just thought about how it's going to fit in the house.
Sorry, guys.
And not how we're going to get it there.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So we all have small cars, and we took Isaac's car because it is the most reliable car out of the 3 of us. We also don't have good car maintenance because,
Nope.
We're broke.
Yeah.
But we can buy books.
We can buy all the books.
It's fine. So we wheel these bookshelf pieces out to Isaac's car, And the little shelf pieces, they fit in the trunk, which is great. But the top part and the bottom part, so those two big boxes that Isaac was in charge of, they're long. They don't fit in his teeny tiny trunk. So we have to go and we have to finagle it. And we end up doing it so that one part is in the back seat. And we go all the way up so the top part is in the front seat.
Yep.
You know, a nice little
Straight
divide.
through the middle. Yep.
Poor Jalen here, as she's sitting with boxes on her lap the whole way home.
Had to do the lean.
Yep.
The
We all
lean.
had to do the lead.
Yeah, we did the lean.
And then see, here's, you might just be thinking, well, that's fine because you could, you know, sit them up long ways, sideways, you know? No.
Nope.
Wouldn't work like that.
Didn't work out.
Didn't work out. They're too wide for that.
Yeah.
And then poor Isaac, he's the one driving this car, and he has to drive like this all the way home because the bookshelf is in his arm space. Because it would not, once it got in the car, it would not budge.
No, we were only going to move it one time.
Yep. So we get home, we bring it in the house, and then Jalen and I, we sit there, and we're, you know, the night's not over. It's only 10:30.
Yeah.
You know, it's a Friday night.
8 o'clock and 9 o'clock just went by. It's fine.
We don't have anything to do on Saturday. So she stays over, and we order some food, and we watch Isaac put together this bookshelf. And it was a great time. And if you know anything about putting together IKEA furniture,
It was a hot mess.
it was a very hot mess. It took him a couple hours.
Yeah, a couple hours.
A couple hours to put this thing together.
Yep.
But he did a fantastic job.
It's beautiful.
When we get to shelf number 2 on our bookshelf tour, you will see just how beautiful this bookshelf really is.
It worked out.
So with that being said, let's get into this bookshelf tour. All right, so we are going to go through my bookshelves now. So starting off, we have a couple just random, you know, books here at the corner and some magazines. And then we have our stack of Colleen Hoover books. Now, honestly, I have not read any of these Colleen Hoover books yet. Isaac got me most of them for Christmas. And the Colleen books that I did read, I'm loaning to someone else. So that's why they're not here yet. Now. Then we have our Emily Henry books. And Emily Henry is one of my favorite authors. I love all of her books. They're nice, fun, cozy beach reads that, you know, great for summer, great for any time. I like it. Then we have our Lucy Score books. And right now I've only read one of them. I read By a Thread. I read that in December. And I'm actually reading Forever and Ever right now. So that should be in my, you know, February wrap-up video. There might be some more in there too. We'll see. And then we have Christina Lauren. And as you all know already, Christina Lauren is one of my favorite authors. And this book, Love in Other Words, is one of my favorite books. Remember, I just bought this, you know, a week ago, guys. And we had to have it on our shelf, and now it is, and it makes me happy. And then we also have our to be read mug with all of the books that I have on my shelf that I need to read. And yes, as we buy more books, I add them to the mug. So it's a never-ending cycle. Okay, then, if we go to the middle shelf, we have, in the corner, we have If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy. I read this one in January. And I'm reading the second book in that little series now. So that'll also be in my February video. Then we have the books by Jasmine Guillory, however you say her last name. The Wedding Date series. And I've read all these. These are great books. Nice, steamy, spicy books. Then we have the Romance Book Club books. And both of these series here are books that you could read as a standalone novel or as part of the series. They're all different people, but they all are in the same world, if that makes sense. Then we have the Twisted series, which again, I just bought last week. Have not read this yet. We will read this soon. And then we have my Taylor Jenkins Reads book. And this only one I've read so far is One True Loves, and I loved that book, so I'm excited to read the other two. And then we have The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker, and room for the rest of the series here too. And then if we go down to the third shelf, we have all of the Nicholas Sparks books, and I've read a few of these. There's some are still on my TBR, so we'll see if we get to those this year. And then we have Leanne Moriarty books, and these I've read 2 of them. I also have some more that I'm loaning out to some people, so this will be filled again soon. These are more literary fiction than, I'm falling over. These are more literary fiction, but they are good books and I do like them. Then we have Sarah Dessen. She is a young adult author and I loved her when I was in middle school and high school. So we had to have a place on the shelf for all of her books. Now some of them are, looking kind of rough, but I've had them for 15-ish years. So that's why. And then on the bottom shelf, we just have some random books going on over here. Some more random books going on over here. And then some picture albums over here. And we have to have our Travelocity dome. When Jalen comes over for our girls' night every Thursday, we watch Amazing Race. And we always like the episodes where they have the Travelocity roaming gnome. And they have to carry it around and they strap to the backpack and they're going all over the world with it. So Jalen got Isaac his very own Travelocity roaming gnome for Christmas. So it lives right here by the bookshelf. All right, that's bookshelf number 1 out of 3. So let's keep going. We have our brand new, lovely IKEA bookshelf that we just got 2 weeks ago. It's only been 2 weeks that we've had this. And already it's full. We have A Court of Thorns and Roses, ACOTAR. And I actually have not read these yet. They're on my TBR. They're high up on my TBR because I really, really, really want to read these. Then we have Isaac's, Teacher of the Year award. We don't need to talk about that. Then we have the Inheritance Games books. I only have 2 right now because I'm waiting for the 3rd one to come out in paperback so that they all match. I have not read these yet either, but I am excited to read these. These are a young adult fantasy, romance, whatever you want to call it. Then we have my reading journal and we have my iPad where I do read ebooks from the library on this. Then on the bottom part of this shelf, we have some of Isaac's books. We have the Ugly series. This is a young adult dystopian, little bit of romance in there. And he liked these books so much that the same author wrote the Imposters series. And we bought these around Christmas time, but he has not read these yet, so I cannot tell you what he thinks of these. He loved these ones though. And then we have my little small collection of thriller mystery books. I have not read any of these ones yet, but they're all on my TBR. Over here, at the bottom, we have all the library books. And then we have our lovely Harry Potter display. And if you know, Harry Potter is one of my all-time favorite series ever. So we had to have a special place for them, right front and center. And then we also have the paperback of Harry Potter over here on this shelf too. Because we have to have both options. Because sometimes you want to read a hardback and sometimes you want to read a paperback. And it's good to have options, especially with Harry Potter. And then you are making this very difficult. Can you lay down like a normal dog? So then in this little middle shelf, we have our coffee table books. We have the Dude Perfect book. We have a TV show book. And then we have a lovely Little Friends book that goes through, different episodes and gives you general information, general knowledge about it.
We love the Friends.
And then at the bottom, we have our small little stack of classic books. Honestly, I've only read The Great Gatsby and Pride and Prejudice, and that was for high school and college, so we'll see if we get to any of these. And then we have the Shadow Me series here, and Isaac is actually reading this right now. He is on Ignite Me right now. And so then we are going to go over here to shelf number 3, and this is kind of my hodgepodge of young adult and romance and fiction and whatever you may seem that, I put all my favorite authors on the first shelf. And then the second shelf is more of my fantasy library thriller shelf. And then this one is just all of the other books that I have. And I did do the rainbow. I might change that. I'm not sure. I don't really look at this shelf a lot because the way I sit, I'm not looking at it. So I don't know. We'll keep it like this for now. I might change it later. I'll let you know when I do. So that's all of these in the top 2 shelves. We have a couple more journals here. Then down here, we have all of Isaac's biography, nonfiction, whatever, boring books. And then we have some more young adult novels here. I just read better than the movies. And I'm very excited to read. I'm reading The Do-Over this month, I think. And then this one actually has another book coming out with it in 2023 or 2024. So I'm very excited to read that too. And then at the bottom, we have a nice hymnal. And we have all of our churchy books. And then some more just little young adult, children's books. I'm actually reading Charlotte's Web with my class right now, so that's exciting. Didn't know I had it on the shelf too. I have like 10 copies at school, so that's pretty cool. And that is a tour of my bookshelves. So those are all the books I have as of right now. There will be more to come because I did how many hauls in January? Like 3. So there's gonna be some more books, and when you know that happens, it happens, and I will update you on that progress. So those were all the books on my bookshelves. I hope you enjoyed going through that tour with me, and I hope you saw something that sparked your interest that you want to go out and read now because you saw it on my lovely shelves. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and do whatever it is you YouTube people do. I don't know.
Just subscribe.
Subscribe, like, comment. It helps us out. I feel like I can't say that good. I'm not getting paid for these. It's fine. And thank you for watching this episode of Messy Reads. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed filming it. Oh, that's new. I love that.
Good. Yeah. Find a way, girl. Struggle.
Oh. Now we're gonna go and we're gonna go eat some cake because Isaac bought us cake. He's making us dinner right now and he bought us some cake. So we're gonna go eat our cake now. So we'll see you later. Bye.